So I'm just going to make this evening's dinner, and I'm going to use a recipe from this. This is Clodagh's Suppers. I really like this book, but I'm just going to do a chicken casserole tonight. There's a couple in here that we really love. This is one that gets cooked a lot. This is the roast tarragon chicken with chestnut mushroom risotto. That's a really lovely recipe. But tonight I'm just going to try the winter chicken casserole. It just looks like a simple stew recipe, chicken stew, and I have all the ingredients. So I'm going to try and give that one a go. I'll probably serve it up with, well, it's got potatoes in it, so, and they had mashed potato last night. What did we have last night? Oh, Rob bought a nut roast. He's trying to eat less meat during the week, and he bought a nut roast. I cooked it up and served it with some mash and veg, and the children were not impressed at all, so going back to my trusted chicken tonight. So I'm going to try that, and I'll just probably do that. I might even do some suet dumplings, some vegetable suet dumplings, because they like those, and my son in particular, he's not very keen on stews, but it's just nice and easy, and we've got quite a bit to do this evening, so I think that will be a nice quick one. And I can start that now before the school run, and then just reheat that later for dinner. So that's what I'm going to do. So it's later on in the evening, and the stew has been in the oven for an hour and a half, and I'm just going to, it's been on a really low heat, so I'm just going to make some suet dumplings. If I actually really like suet, we were brought up on suet dumplings. It's basically just a fat, usually a beef fat. It's a beef fat, and you can make pastries and dumplings and things like that with it, and it makes well, it makes a stodgier dumpling. If you like your dumplings to be light and fluffy, then you can just use flour, but if you add the suet, it gives, I really like it. But these days the suet, and it's normally a beef fat, I think, in suet, is it doesn't agree with my stomach so much, so we buy the vegetarian suet now. So it's made with vegetable oil. It's just vegetable oil and wheat, I think. So, but I find that the taste is really similar, so, and it gives that really lovely consistency, and the children really like it. So a basic suet dumpling recipe would be something, it's double the amount of flour to suet. So you'd use 50 grams of suet and 100 grams of self-raising flour, just a bit of salt. You can add herbs if you like, and then you just make it into a dough with some water. You don't need much. Sometimes instead of water I'll mix them with an egg, but that's basically it. I do 100 grams of suet and then 200 grams of the self-raising flour. just because the children love them. So they have two sort of fairly big dumplings with their stews or casseroles. So I'm just going to do that now. So I thought I would just talk you through a couple of books that I've just got. I took a trip to the bookshop earlier. Now that we're out of lockdown, I've really been missing just having a potter around. But I grabbed this one. This was from Waterstones. This is Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. I do like Maggie O'Farrell's writing anyway, but when we had our staff meeting on Tuesday with the library staff, one of the librarians said that she really recommended this book. She just finished it and really loved it. So it features Shakespeare, but I don't think it's about Shakespeare. It's more about the family, and I mean it's fiction, but it also won Waterstones Book of the Year, and it was on my Goodreads list to read. So I grabbed that because I thought, well, I'll start that because I'm reading a Christmassy crime book at the moment. I'm just not really feeling it, so I thought that might be my style, and I trust her recommendations because we do like similar books. So I'm going to read that next. And then I also picked up this one, which is Last Christmas. This one looked a bit unusual. It's Memories of Christmases Past and Hopes for Future Ones. It's been curated and introduced by Greg Wise and Emma Thompson. And I think it says 25p from each sale goes to the Crisis and Refugee Council. But it's basically memories of Christmas by lots of different people. So you've got Graham Norton, Stephen Fry, Meryl Streep, Olivia Colman from The Crown, Emilia Clarke, Bill Bailey, and they've got stories of people who've been homeless, political refugees, and many others. And they've all been asked to contribute a story or a memory of one of their Christmases, one that sort of stood out for them, and they curated them into this book. So I thought that would be really interesting to get an insight into other people's Christmases. And then the last one I was going to show you is this one. I didn't buy this today. I got this a little while ago in Tesco's. That's my nail varnishes. Yeah, I got this one a little while ago in Tesco's, and it was, I think it was like £7.50. And apparently this Kate Young has done a lot of these books, like books and food. Of course, I love books, but really, I opened it to the inner cover, and that just looks like my bedside table, and I was sold straight away. So I knew I was going to love it. But it's what it is lots of festive recipes based on her favourite Christmas stories, poems, all sorts of things. So there's one from, what was I looking at the other day? The video that I shared on my last Vlogmas, The Children of Green Knoll, which I thought was just amazing. There's Charles Dickens ones, and there's lots of sort of text, you know, so you can read it like a book. I don't know why my camera's not focusing, but it's beautiful. Oh, there's like a Swedish Christmas section, and Rob lived in Sweden for a couple of years. He lived and worked in Sweden, and they've done there's a recipe for like their meatballs and gravies, and this sort of potato dish with anchovies. So I think we're going to try and do a sort of Swedish evening maybe. And there's a recipe in there for the is it the pepperkorka, the you know, the ginger biscuits you get from IKEA. And this year when we went to IKEA, they weren't called, there they are, the pepperkorka, something like that. but they weren't called that. They were just called something like ginger thins. So I don't know if it was a different recipe, but we grabbed a tin anyway because we love them. And tonight Lulu is doing some baking because for her DT class they're doing cookery at the moment, and they're having to do all their cookery at home. They've been given a recipe book, or they can do their own recipes. And then you have to provide sort of photographic evidence and then get the family to sort of give her feedback. So I guess it's because they can't share equipment or apparatus at the moment. I'm assuming that's why. So yeah, we're going to have a go at these tonight. So I've just got it out to make sure I've got all the ingredients, which I do have. So we'll see how we get on and see what they taste like. But this, if you like Christmas and you like books, you will love this. It's just beautiful. And what I like about it is there's quite a few recipes in here that I do want to try. Oh look, that's is that bilberry in the Cotswolds? Lovely. It's just beautiful. There's Turkish delight. I want to make these as well. Biscotti, because I love biscotti. I really like the size of the book, to be honest with you. I like that I can just grab it and walk around the house with it and just read snippets. So I think I'm going to make a lot of these recipes. There was one for, I think, some pickled sprouts. I'm not sure about that. But yeah, I definitely recommend that. And that was in Tesco's, and I think it was about £7, £7.50. So that was a really good buy. But I'll let you know how I get on with these. I think this one will be particularly good and nice that you can read in smaller chunks, because we haven't got a lot of time this time of year, have we? So yeah, I just thought I'd share those with you. I'm going to wrap some presents quickly because my daughter's coming home. My eldest is coming home at the weekend, and I've been using her bedroom to store all the Christmas presents. So I'm going to try and get hers wrapped up at least, so that I can put them somewhere else and she won't see them. So I will check back in with you later, and I expect I'll film some of the baking that Lulu and I do. So that was a lovely notions pouch, or pencil case, I suppose you could use that. And a candy cane. So I really love that.